We all know how important it is to capture every moment on the road, whether for safety or peace of mind. In today's video, we'll talk through the installation of a dash cam in the 2025 Subaru Forester Touring Trim, ensuring your vehicle stays protected wherever the road takes you. For this installation, I'm reusing a Dongar Tech 10-pin Type A dash cam adapter for my 2018 Outback. Dongar couldn't confirm compatibility with my 2025 Subaru Forester, as the Touring Trim has a rearview mirror with live backup camera feed. I decided to give it a try, and luckily it worked perfectly with this new model. However, I recommend checking Dongar's adapter guide on their website and reaching out to them if you have any questions. To guide me through this installation, I used the installation instructions for the Subaru auto-dimming mirror. The manual advises using a panel removal tool to carefully remove this cover. Take your time with this step. Being patient here will prevent scratching or damaging the plastics. Slow and steady is key. Work the tool gently around the edges until the cover comes free without forcing anything. Here I'm using two plastic removal tools to carefully pry the cover off. By using both tools, I can evenly apply pressure and gently leverage the pins holding the cover in place. This helps prevent any cracking or damage while removing it. As you can see, I accidentally turned on the console lights while prying off the cover. The manual actually advises disconnecting the car's battery for safety, and I'd recommend doing that to avoid any electrical issues while you work. And with a bit of patience, the cover comes off cleanly. Just take your time to avoid any damage. The next step, as shown in the manual, is to remove these two screws. Here they are, sitting a bit deeper in the console, securing the panel in place. I'm carefully unscrewing them now. Make sure to keep them in a safe spot so you don't lose them. According to the manual, the next step is to pull the assembly down to disengage it. I'm using the plastic removal tool again to carefully feel for any clips that might need to be loosened. Remember to pull gently. There are connections inside that could come apart, so take your time to avoid damaging any cables or components. With a nice gentle pull, the assembly comes down smoothly. The assembly will hang from the connected wires, but that's okay. They're strong enough and the panel isn't too heavy. This is a shot of the inside of the space the panel left. I've seen on Subaru forums that the connector for the auto-dimming mirror is often stored here. However, since this is a touring model, it has the auto-dimming mirror installed, so the connector isn't in this spot. Here's the actual connector we're looking for, located closer to the front, near the rear view mirror, which makes sense because it's powering the mirror. There's a small clip at the bottom that you need to push in before gently pulling the cable loose. Now that the cable is loose, here's the Dongar adapter already connected to the cable we just removed. I couldn't record the process, but it's simple. One end plugs into the cable and the other one goes back into the original socket where we unplugged the first cable. This adapter works like a splitter, powering both the mirror and providing a USB connection to power the dash cam. With the dash cam adapter connected, I'm now testing power to the dash cam. As you can see, everything is working perfectly. The adapter is successfully powering both the mirror and the dash cam through a USB connection. I'm also testing the rearview mirror's camera feed to ensure everything is still functioning properly. It is worth mentioning that the digital display on the instrument panel prompted a message saying accessory. The manual explains that to remove the EyeSight cover, you need to push it forward to release the clips. I'm following this step to route the cable toward the dash cam mounting point. Before reassembling the EyeSight cover, I'm pre-routing the cable to ensure neat cable management. This step helps keep everything tidy and prevents the cable from interfering with any components. Now, I'm testing the panel with the adapter to make sure that everything fits properly and no cables are getting pinched or damaged. It's important to double check this before securing everything back into place. I'm also making sure there's enough slack on the USB side that will power the dash cam. We want to ensure that there's plenty of cable length to mount the camera without putting excessive tension on the wire. Since I wasn't sure where exactly I would be mounting it, I'm testing to leave enough cable in case I need it. To finish up, I'm using a zip tie to secure the excess cable inside of the panel. I'm placing it in a spot where it won't rattle or interfere with any other cables. A little bit of cable management here will ensure everything stays neat and secure while driving. Now I'm securing the panel by gently pressing it until it clicks back into place. There's no need to use excessive force as the clips could break, and the panel should snap in easily with just a bit of pressure. Once the panel has clipped into place, I'm securing it by reinstalling the two screws, making sure to tighten them snugly but not too much. I'm trying to avoid stripping the threads or damaging the panel. Finally, I'm putting the plastic cover back and making sure it fits properly. Be sure to test the sunroof switch as it can sometimes get stuck underneath the cover. If that happens, it's just a matter of gently removing the cover and reinstalling it. Do it carefully and everything should snap back into place without any issues. Now that everything is back in place, I'm doing some tests while driving to ensure everything is working as intended. The EyeSight system, auto steering, and automated cruise control are functioning properly. And as you can see, I've placed my dash cam here. I'm also testing the rear view camera while driving, and everything is working perfectly. The live feed is functioning just as expected, even with the dash cam installed. That wraps up the dash cam installation on my 2025 Subaru Forester Touring Trim. I hope this helps you feel confident installing your own dash cam. Thank you for watching, and feel free to share if you found this helpful.